This 90-day fiancé couple should have got a second season. Hello dear, welcome to my Allison News channel. On my channel, you will find viral update news. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. 90-Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 6 showcased only 2 returning couples from the previous season, but one couple would have made a great addition to the season. Brandon Danuccio and Mary Demasway first appeared on The Other Way, Season 5. Like many other couples, the pair met online and instantly fell in love. Unable to contain their excitement, Brandon sent money to the Philippines, so Mary could help support her family and use any savings to build a house. Since the cost of living was cheaper, he planned to move to the Philippines on the first trip he made. This was a risky plan, considering he hadn't met Mary in person yet. Nonetheless, the couple's relationship escalated quickly during the on-screen segments. They opened a business together and Mary got pregnant. Then Brandon and Mary got married, even though their business didn't make enough to support them. They also had a few red flags, like Mary's extreme jealousy issues and how they argued in front of her family. By the tell-all, they revealed their child's birth and announced the reopening of their business. Brandon also revealed that he called Mary a B*TCH or scammer to provoke her. Considering they left the tell-all with many unanswered questions and only appeared on the franchise once, the chances of them reappearing would be high. Unfortunately, though, the new season of The Other Way started and Brandon and Mary didn't return. However, they would have made a great addition as their story had much more to share with fans. When Brandon and Mary first appeared on the series in Season 5, they hadn't met yet. For 2 years they chatted online, fell in love, and got engaged, all over the phone. When he arrived in the Philippines, transitioning wasn't as easy as he thought it'd be. Especially since Mary's parents were religious, which meant they weren't allowed to be intimate before marriage. However, their dynamic changed once Mary's father went on a business trip. Since they had the house to themselves, they started sleeping together and being intimate. As a result, Mary became pregnant right away. Her family wasn't happy about her being pregnant out of wedlock, so they also had to get married a little quicker than they originally anticipated. By the time they appeared on the tell-all, their baby was a couple of months old, and they were still adjusting to being newlyweds with a new baby. While some stars like Yara Zaya or Emily Bieberly got pregnant almost right away, for the most part, many stars took their time transitioning into married life before considering a child. Children add an interesting dynamic and more struggles for couples to overcome. Considering Mary and Brandon already had a lot of obstacles to overcome, fans would love to see how they are transitioning into parenthood and see how hands-on they are with their children. Not to mention, Brandon is the one who immigrated to the Philippines, so raising a child in another country would have been a great addition to the storylines in the new season. Before arriving in the Philippines, Brandon had a plan. The plan was ingenious, but also a little precarious. Since Brandon was so confident and assured that Mary was the one for him, he started working extra jobs and sent all the money he could to Mary. The Other Way couple planned to use that money to build a house and start a business in the Philippines. Since the cost of living was much cheaper there, their plan would give them a fully paid house to live in and savings to live off of while they figured out their next plan. Brandon's income for those 2 years would total to about $60,000. The money he sent built most of their massive house that they would live in together. When he arrived, the house was almost complete. There were still a few finishing touches, but the house was livable. In fact, Mary's grandparents lost their house in a typhoon, so they had to move in with the newlyweds in the new house Brandon built. The house was an important part of their segment. If Brandon and Mary were to return, fans could see how well their plan worked out and if the in-laws were still living with them. Additionally, couples who live with their in-laws, like Emily and Kobe Blaze, Colt Johnson and Larissa Lima, or Clayton Clark and Annalie Vallejos often have more drama in the storylines, as they also have to navigate and respect their relationships with their in-laws. Like many other couples in the franchise, their storyline was filled with irresistible drama, but they also left their segment open-ended with lots of questions unanswered. When the duo was separated by different countries, they had to be on video chat at all times. Both of them had self-esteem issues and baggage from previous relationships that led to unhealthy behaviors. Brandon hoped their relationship would improve once he arrived in the Philippines. However, that wasn't the case, as even in church, Mary demanded that Brandon not look at other women. Then there were religious concerns and her family's strict values. They weren't supposed to be intimate before marriage, let alone have children. Mary breaking the rules caused her family to feel shame and pressured them into marriage sooner, which was an additional strain on their relationship. Additionally, during their pregnancy, the 90-day fiancé couple struggled to communicate, and their arguments continued to escalate. This led to Brandon playing more video games and storming out of the house when he needed space. If they were to appear on the series again, they could showcase how they've improved since their last segment. Also, given that they're a young couple with a baby and still considered newlyweds, they're bound to have much more drama to add to their storylines as they adjust to parenthood and married life. In the end, Brandon and Mary were still a young couple who were just starting their lives together. They had just gone through a series of serious changes, which in and of itself were entertaining to watch. Although they had a few red flags and Brandon realized Mary's jealousy was more difficult to manage, they obviously cared about each other. As they grow together and encounter new issues, they would have been forced to evolve, which they could have shared with 90-Day Fiancé fans. Considering the other way couple left their segment with many open-ended questions, fans would have loved to know if Mary and Brandon found better ways of communicating and have resolved their jealousy issues. With a baby in tow, forming a better bond and improving their connection would be beneficial for their family. However, there might be a chance the duo won't reappear because there have been rumors that the two were fired for oversharing personal information on social media. Either way, though, the couple is one of the more unique duos to appear on The Other Way, and it's a shame that they won't rejoin the franchise anytime soon. 90-Day Fiancé and its spin-off series air on TLC, and are available to stream on Max. Victoria said Rain didn't initially tell Chidi they were applying for the show until 2 weeks later, when Chidi contacted him for an interview. He even had to borrow a phone for his audition. Victoria added that Rain was desperate to be on the show and even bought Chidi a phone so she could get in touch with him. Things got complicated between them again when Chidi told him about his plans to get married first before sleeping with her. But she later kept in touch, telling Chidi to just maintain a smile for the cameras. Victoria's claims shocked many 90-Day Fiancé fans, and it's clear from her words that she regrets having her brother on the show and with Rain. 90-Day Fiancé, Rain and Chidi try to reconcile? TLC recently released the synopsis for the September 29th episode of 90-Day Fiancé, before the 90 Days Season 7. According to the network, Chidi and Rain will try to reconcile their different views. It's no secret that their beliefs have been a major factor in their struggle.